Hey metalheads, we're back again. It's the Simmo and Kiel show. We're up to episode 3, and this week we talk to Newcastle's mighty Fist. That's right, Fist. So, we got to talk to Rohan, we got to talk to Josh, and we talked about some upcoming music from them in the future, what they're doing currently. Even got to talk about their awesome video clip they filmed with Newcastle legend Superhuman. That's right, Superhuman, bro. So they did a film clip with Superhuman, and we got to talk about that. We got to talk about what's on the horizon for this and some upcoming stuff. And we also got to talk about where the name came from. So it's a great episode. We got to talk to Rohan, we got to talk to Josh. Maybe next time we'll talk to Luke. But either way, it was a great episode. Rohan, my man, just shot the shit with us at the end. And
that was cool.
Yeah, we even had a nice cold beverage together.
Yeah.
So, stay metalheads. And this is going to be a mad episode. I just hope that you love this one as much as the last one.
And there's more coming.
So, I want to talk all about Fist, but I also want to talk about the fact that I just discovered something while looking at your website. Yous have got ties with Mitch from the TAFE.
Yeah.
And
yeah, dude.
He's my dude, man. He is my dude. Ask him all about Simmo. He'll tell you with a big smile.
Tell you the rundown.
Dude, we're gonna have to. Like, we've been in the studio with him off and on all month, working on a new album. And next time we go in, I'm gonna be like, hey, you know, Simmo?
Yeah, man. He knows all about Simmo Metal now and everything, dude. He's loving it. But he's got his own thing with the DIY recording studio too, which is a freaking great channel, man.
Oh, it's awesome, dude. He's the man. He knows his shit.
And the gear that guy has. The gear that guy builds.
Dude, the gear that guy builds with his own bare hands.
Insane.
Totally insane. I love it. So he will sit there and solder together preamps by hand. This is the kind of scientist that Mitch is. So big shout out to Mitch from the DIY recording studio. Might even put his link into the description just to have a shout out to the DIY recording studio.
The original technomancer, fucking Mitch Rose.
That's right, man. I love it. So, you guys, what I will say, were you originally from performance at TAFE?
Not. I never did performance. I don't think Rohan did either. I've always been into the studio side, like recording and stuff, because I don't like anyone else approaching my job. And yeah, I just did music production and music industry. I think it was back at school. It's probably more a cop out just to not go to classes.
Nice.
But yeah, no, a lot of good talent comes out of that TAFE. Even now I'm there doing live production, and there's a few bands starting to rise to the cream of the crop over at the TAFE there. So it's good to see. It's good to see good Newcastle talent. But that's sort of like where it leads me to ask you guys, how did Fist form? I know that some of you boys are from out Nelson's Bay way. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm pretty keen to hear how they started.
Well, Rohan lives in Nelson Bay. I'm a bit further away. The end of the earth in Soldiers Point.
End of the earth. Nice.
People come here to die.
They truly do.
Yeah, God's waiting room. God's waiting room.
Oh God, I didn't realize how boosted my mic just was. I just had a look at that. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. No, that's sweet, dude.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's heaps better, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, I must have bumped
maybe
that.
move it away from your mouth just a touch, because I'm getting plosives.
I
This
was
is like a standard sound check for us.
I was like getting.
How about I put the pop filter up?
I was
Is that
getting, like,
better?
blast.
Yeah, but now I can't see your face.
Yeah, but it's not about my face. It's about Fist. That's
Oh yeah, we're
It's,
fist.
it's about the fist information.
Fist formation.
The fist formation.
So yeah, I met Joshy at I was playing in like my high school band at this like little like youth center thing run by like a mate of ours, like very DIY ground to earth. And the guitarist in my band was dating Josh's best mate. It was just like, you gotta come around, like this dude you should be in a band with. And this is like, yeah, back in high school. And Joshy comes and he walks up to me after the show. He's like, "You're my new bass player." And
I love it.
Yeah.
He just
my bass player at the time didn't love it.
I could just imagine.
Yeah, it was an awkward phone conversation the next day.
Oh, those awkward phones. Oh, sorry, dude. I found someone else.
Yeah. They're going to play the 4 strings now.
Well, he only played one of them, so it's fine.
There you go.
But yeah, and after that, man, we just started putting on like little like DIY shows all around the bay. And we did that like off and on for years. Years and years. And
Until we
what
came to
about-
our senses.
yeah, like a couple of years ago, and we're like, maybe we should actually do a band.
Nice.
And around that time, was that around the time when I got to come see you guys at the Wicco playing with like I Hate People and stuff? Because they were some good shows, man. That was, I think, all the way back at the end of 2023.
Yeah. It was like August. So we had our first gig in June of 2023.
Yeah, sweet. So 2023 was sort of like the blast off year for Fist.
Yeah, 100%, dude. 100%.
Dude, you're deep in the trenches now, though. I have been listening to, I love the recordings. I love Kaboom Motherfucker. That blows my head off. I love that song.
Dickhead.
Dickhead.
I love that one.
Yeah, there you go. So Kyle's just claimed his favorite.
That's a favorite of mine. I like it.
Yeah, so definitely Dickhead for Kyle. And I gotta say, I also love Hurricane, man. I can see you are starting to take a heavier direction with that one.
That's a good one too. I like it too.
That is probably some of the heavier music we do. The next releases, I think, are a little more chilled out.
Yeah, okay. Well,
But we want people to know that we do it all.
Yeah, that's
we're
it.
the best.
You got a few different sides to you, rather than just in your face.
That's right.
The fist that keeps you on your toes.
You know what? I got to say though, my favorite song of all time from you guys is Beer.
Yeah, we wrote that.
We wrote that song. Adam Barrett is definitely not suing me. We wrote that song.
Okay, I love that. It's been said here on the Simmo and Cole show for
Nice. So who's your main like songwriter? Who's the one who comes in with the main ideas and who starts it all off and sort of stuff like that?
Josh. It's Josh.
This guy. I wouldn't be in the band if I didn't do that because I don't do anything else for the band. Yeah, I've always I didn't like learning songs, so I just started writing them because it felt like it was easier. Because if I play it wrong, nobody knows. And hated learning songs. Even Rohan tries to get me to learn covers here and there. It took him years to get me to play Beer. But I just bring a song to the boys and then they ruin it and then we release it.
I love how you say that. Oh, they ruin it.
Fuck off.
he's saying it there. He just said it. Fuck off.
I'll demo up everything. I'll do a demo of the drums because I'm originally a drummer. And just do a rough idea of what I'm thinking so that they can get the idea of a song and then
cool.
Then they add their own spice.
And like there's like a range of songs that we have where like the Venomous Touch that we put out on the EP, End of the Fist, like that one goes like a totally different way where it's like Josh wrote 100% the chords and the lyrics obviously, and then like we all kind of jumped into like arrange that one and like make it this like bigger, fuller song. Whereas something like Kaboom Motherfucker, like that's pretty much 100% Joshy.
Yeah, okay, right. Cool.
Yeah, I didn't want to do
Well, I
beautiful.
love it.
Venomous Touch. Sorry, previous
Which is
name.
that-
Venomous Touch gives me a little bit of Sublime vibes too. You've got a little bit of a reggae feel there at times.
I got the tattoo. I'm wearing my
There
influence.
it is. Love it.
Nice.
Yeah, that was
Be
originally
proud of
just an
it.
acoustic song that I just a little crappy love song, I thought, and they were just so determined to play it, and I didn't want to teach them because like it doesn't have a coherent structure. It's all just stupid because it's just one of my acoustic things. But they were determined to, and they kept forcing me to play it for them so they could keep figuring out their parts, and eventually we got something that we all like.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's,
a
and
great
it's good.
freaking
It's one of my faves.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
I do love what they've done with it. Actually brought it to life.
Yeah, that
Made it
music video
dramatic.
for it came out good too, man. Like that full cycle.
Greatest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, we got Super Cubit, like Newcastle local legend who like used to do all these like Morissette Mega Market ads and shit. He dresses up like Superman kind of like
I see the
great
photos.
magician.
I know who he is. He's
Yeah.
wild. He's super famous in this area.
Yeah,
You've
like
gotta
he's
be
like
from here to know
Hunter
who-
royalty.
Yeah.
Hunter royalty.
But no,
Like I was talking to Joshy on the way back from the video shoot, which we did in like one day under the Stockton Bridge. And we were talking, it's like there's nobody else that you could get from Newcastle that would like hit the same as Super Hubes.
Oh,
'Cause, like,
bro.
You could get like Daniel Johns and nobody would get like so you could get like Daniel Johns
Or
like,
Andrew Johns.
or Andrew Johns.
Mhm.
And Andrew Johns wouldn't give a shit that Danny's in the clip and vice versa. But I guarantee that if you show them both Super Cubit, they'd be like, "No way, you got Super Cubes,
Yeah, bro.
I
bro!"
love it. I love it. That's awesome.
Have you seen the picture before, Kyle?
I haven't seen it, but I will have to check.
Oh,
it out.
check out the film clip.
Mate, I'll
Check
show
out-
you later.
I will.
The film clip's amazing.
I will
In
check
fact,
that out. I'll admit I haven't seen it yet, but I did see the photo with Super Hubes in front of the graffiti.
Oh no, you have to check out the film clip.
I
It's
will. I'll go watch
Got
it
it.
straight
it's the
up.
best thing we've ever done.
And
Yeah,
I'll share the hell out of it too.
Mitchell Rose from the DIY recording studio shot that video and
Recorded that
produced
track.
the song. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
Well, there we go. Another shout out to Mitch again, because that guy, he is a sound genius. He taught me everything I know. I did all the way through to advanced diploma with him. So I had the honor of getting taught by him for 2 whole years.
Yeah. And like there's something to be said about having like, yeah, we've all gone into studios and like had engineers that aren't really good at keeping control of the children that we are. So having like an educator in the room to keep us on track actually helps a lot.
A third
And
party.
genuinely, like, just such an engaging teacher. Like when I did TAFE, his classes were easily the best and like the ones that I learnt the most in and the most interactive. Like best teacher, hands
I
down.
totally agree.
And if you haven't checked out his channel, check it out because like he runs pretty much all analog, like really, really cool. Like going into the studio with him, it's all about getting the tracking right, getting it like perfect coming out of us, going into the system, and yeah, he's a fucking weapon.
And that's
We're
why
pushing
these
him to do a
singles are
little.
sick.
We're pushing him to do a little collab video with us. He's got this little idea, and we're gonna try to get it sorted. I'm not gonna give out too many details, but it will probably end up having a show that's a bit of a shamble. And yeah, we got to really push that one forward soon. I think, Rowan.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna call him straight after this.
Mate, that's it. We've even caused the whole motion in action to occur. So you do be calling him straight after this, Rowan.
Oh, Will.
Hell yeah. So I gotta actually, before I switch to Kyle, I'm just gonna quickly ask. I gotta ask, was it always gonna be Fist, or were there other names before that?
Oh, dude, Josh, do you want to take this one or do you want me to? Because
Yeah, no, I'll go. It was my mum, I guess. So my mum's always been incredibly supportive with like all the music and stuff, and she's always told me from day one whether one of my songs is shit or if it sounds good. And as much as I hate to admit it, she's been right every single time with everything she's ever said. So we floated a few names at one stage. We went through a big list and we all narrowed it down to like our top 3 from a list. And there was only one name we could all agree on, and it was Not a Chance. We ran that for a little while. And then one day, me and Rowan are getting our stuff packed up to head out to Luke's for practice. Mum's had a few drinks. She walks over and she's like, Rowan, I've been telling Josh all week, it's a shit name. It's a shit name. Not a Chance is a shit name. Get rid of it. Fuck it off. It's terrible. It sounds like an old person catering business. And Rowan's just like carrying his amp out the front door, just not really listening. He's like, fuck off, Gail. We'll just call ourselves Fist then. And Mum's like, well, it'd be better than fucking Not a Chance. It's a terrible name. And we looked at each other when we said Fist, or when he said Fist. And we are just like, nah, that's silly. That's silly. And then the whole drive to Luke's, which is like a 45-hour drive, depending on traffic, we were just making up jokes and like throwing out different, like, stupid shit. Like, you've been fisted, like what the album names could be and stuff like that. And
I love it.
we told Luke the idea and he didn't hate it. And we're like, okay, well, we'll sit on it. We'll sit on it for a month. And if the joke doesn't get old, we'll maybe consider changing it. A couple of weeks later, we had a show and Rowan mentioned it, saying, oh, we're thinking about changing our names to Fist. We just had the whole crowd just going, Fist, Fist, Fist. We're like, oh, that's probably going to have to be it.
Yeah.
And haven't looked back. Haven't looked back.
When the whole crowd goes, Fist, 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 well, that tells you right there.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it does. That's it. And even for me, it conjures up the thought of like fist pumping when you're at a show, you know, like fist pump. So yeah, Fist, it works. I love it.
It's such an easy name, and there's only been one downside to it, is like there was a band from the 80s, like a new wave of British heavy metal band.
Oh, there is. When I looked you guys up, that's actually the first thing I got. So that must be hard for you guys sometimes.
Yeah, so the problem was like we like threw around a bunch of ideas. Like we're like, oh, maybe it could be like fist.i. And then we started like typing it out. It's like, no, I'm not gonna type that. Like that sucks. And like we ran through heaps of ideas. Like maybe it's a Y. And then we got to the point where it's like, oh, fuck it. Look, we'll just make all the like socials and shit Fist Newcastle. Turns out they're from Newcastle up on time, so fuck me, right?
Yeah, even when I type in Fist Newcastle, this new wave of British
that's hilarious.
comes up.
We're catching them though. We're starting to catch them.
Yeah, if you have a look at it now, it's pretty much fitty between the two of us, and then like this Canadian rock band that wears all leather, like they're like a Black Label style like chic.
That totally sounds like another band that would be Fist, but in a different way. Like, yeah, we're leather. We're leather Fist.
Yeah, we ride
like,
Harleys.
You've been
like
fisted.
Dude, like that's the problem with the name Fist. Like,
You just said that on YouTube, bro.
Oh, I couldn't help it. I just had to say it.
We say it at every show.
You have been fisted. I love it. That shit is your full stop.
I think my recent one has been we've been Fist and you've been a bunch of loose assholes.
Oh, yes. Oh, bro. I will put anything on my YouTube at this point. I'm not monetized yet, so we can go all out.
They might send
this is the Simmo and Kiel show uncensored.
They might make us be monetized after this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Telling people they're being fisted. Yeah.
But it's one of those things with a name like Fist, like you're so spot on where like you've got like two ways they could go, either like a bunch of people with a silly name having fun, or like super serious and we wear Harleys is what I was gonna. Yeah, we wear Harleys and ride leather.
Oh, bro, I've got Rowan the man himself on here. I love
That's
it.
awesome. That is awesome.
No, but I get what you mean. Like, yous aren't taking it super seriously, and that's what makes it even more seriously awesome. Where someone like this new wave of British heavy metal band, they're like, we are bloody Fist. We wear all denims, and we are very serious about this. And you're like,
the British
mate, shouldn't be so serious about that.
Freshen your fist, governor.
So, one thing I want to ask is when yous were first coming up, what was some of those first gigs like? Because I've heard the live album that you recorded at the Mosh Pit, and man, that is the true essence of a Fish show. Do you always crack all of those banter and jokes in between every song, like when I've heard yous?
Pretty raw.
The first ones were probably a lot more awkward because it took us a while to get the hang of like we'd go on tangents and I record every show just to watch back to see what works and what doesn't, and we'd be watching stuff back just going, oh god, we should have fucking just played a song instead of making jokes that aren't funny.
So there
And
was some cringe days back in the early days.
oh, there still is
Oh,
plenty
yeah.
of them, like but
No,
we accept it, like it's just part of it's us. Like we've tried to being more serious in the past and being like it doesn't feel right for us.
yeah,
We
dude,
like to have
we
fun.
got to a point where like there's like this thing in like being a band where you either have like a character that you play like Marathon, like very theatrical,
Yep, I
or
do
like
that
you
with
have to
Jackal
be
Crow.
yeah, or like you need to be like more and like just more of yourself. And we were you know early days we'd play shows and like try to have this banter and like we couldn't hear each other through the foldback, so there'd be like awkward pauses where we like try to figure out what the other person's saying. Like, which doesn't work. So like we run in ears now, like, yeah, it's good for like the music, but mostly it's about the banter, so we can actually hear each other.
Truly.
Yeah.
Um and like it's just one of those things where like we were like maybe a couple of gigs in back in 2023 and we were at like practice and we were just like making each other laugh and we just got to a point where it's like, well, yeah, you practice how you want to perform. Why don't we just perform how we practice
Yeah. I
and have
totally agree with that. And I think that comes off super genuine. When I seen you guys at the Wicco, I loved it.
thanks, man.
Appreciate that one. Yeah, we like I've always thought that bands like you're putting on a show, so entertain essentially. Like
Yeah.
especially at pubs and stuff. Like these people don't know you; they don't owe you anything. Like, and when you see a singer up there going, "Oh, this next song's about something like my heartbreak," and it's just like, I don't know you well enough to get intimate with you like in that way. This is just awkward. I don't want to watch you cry on stage.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
songs can still have heaps of meaning and be heartfelt, but you're supposed to do that in the song. Like, there's no point doing it in between the songs because it's just fucking. I don't know. I don't want to dump that stuff on the crowd who don't want to listen to us. Gotta have fun.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And that's what you guys are. You are all about fun. And I love how you don't take yourselves too seriously. Although there are bands like Maruthan and what I do with Jackal Crow, where it's sort of like a different element and it can take itself too seriously. But also, deep beneath the masks of these sorts of projects, there are people that are also like, um, although as serious as this is, it's still a bit silly. I know I'm out here in a freaking latex mask looking like
Yeah, if people can understand that, because as Rowan says, being in a band is possibly the lamest thing you could do. Like, get it up there and show off to people you don't. Just accept that it's part of the art form, and
Yeah.
you can still be serious and stuff. Be authentic about it.
Like and that's it's just a difference
Well
in
said.
like I think that being like a theatrical group and taking yourself very seriously, totally valid. 100% valid. I don't need everybody to not take themselves seriously. Like we're just really bad at taking ourselves seriously. We probably should
I love it.
a little bit.
That
The
is-
songs are very fucking serious.
Yeah, like a song like Hurricane, maybe you should come out like as serious as, say, a band like Knock Loose or something where it's like, "Ooh." But also, then we get we lose that Rowan charm. We lose Josh's jokes, you know what I mean? Like at that point. So I don't know if I'd want yous like that.
Nah, they don't.
Because we embody what the song is about during the song. Like,
Yeah.
we can still bring that vibe that the song, because it's about the vibe, as cringe as it is to say. And if you, like if the song's playing, we're gonna just get into it no matter what in the way that it's supposed to be. But in between, we're just gonna laugh at each other because we can't take each other seriously at all.
But that's because you're legends. So, one thing I want to ask you is what inspired the lyrics for Kaboom Motherfucker? Because with that part when you say it, it actually is like an enunciation in the song that without you saying kaboom the way you do, it wouldn't hit the same. So I want to sort of know where you got that like kaboom, motherfucker. Like,
Uh,
Yeah, go on, Josh.
so the way I tend to write, especially lyrics mainly, is I will lock all my doors and play it super loud in the computer, like whatever demo I've done up, and pretend I'm singing, on a fucking massive in a stadium to 1,000 people, and often like just ad lib some things that'll come out. And then when I like, because this, and eventually I'll find something that sort of sticks, and then the song will shape around whatever that lyric idea that first stuck was. And it was all really just a bit of frustration with like having to do things the normal way, so to speak. Like, because I was writing a small EP, and I felt like I had to have this extra song, and it was just like it was a hindrance, and that was the original title for the song. And
okay.
yeah, it was a bit of like a fuck you sort of like why like it doesn't have to work that way, and it doesn't always work that way. So like I'm really bad at explaining my songs. I've been
No, I
practicing
feel
a
you
little, a
though. I
little.
feel you. So it was sort of like that song was a bit of a, do I have to write this thing right now? All right. But
Yeah,
it had a little bit of like a behind it.
yeah, and it was like I'll do it how I want to do it, and I'll write something that's kind of stupid and silly. Because originally, when I wrote the Kaboom chorus, like I listened back the first time, and I was
He hated it.
cringing, and I was like, oh, this is dumb. Like it's kind of silly because you don't write the words kaboom down in your lyric book. It's just it just looked silly and sounded silly, and I was about to delete it and thought, no, the boys will have a good laugh at this one, so I'll wait and show them. They'll think it's funny, and then I'll work on something else.
I
And then we
love it.
And
loved it. Obviously.
yeah,
I love it. I love it. It got me singing just like, yeah, that's it. That's it. Kaboom, motherfucker.
it is a lot of fun to sing.
It's a
And
really
like,
fun song, man.
dude, for me, Kaboom, it's like the fist joke. It's like there's so much that you can do with it. Like, we did up one on the Insta a while ago. I was just playing trivia and I had a bet with my mate. It was pissing down outside. It's like whoever loses gets their shoes thrown over the balcony. That's it. And
I
like my
love
mate
it.
just like we just filmed it and like not for like that. It's just like that's a funny thing. And then I'm like, send that to me.
Nice.
Kaboom.
We played the other night during State of Origin, so obviously there was nobody there at our show. But Rowan had changed the chorus. Like I wasn't even ready for it, so I started laughing and couldn't sing my part. But instead of kaboom, he just did the blues, motherfucker.
There's so much you can do with it. I
Nice.
see.
Nice. I love
It's
it.
so
I
dumb.
love it.
It's so dumb. Me and a singer from me and Josh's old band, Fetal Position, we started the chant. The Twisty Stick chant.
Yes, that's right. I was there. I was there. So you guys started that chant. Twisty's dick. Twisty's dick. Twisty's dick. And I swear, even one point the next year, my wife said, she goes, I wonder if the wrestling's gone because they were like yelling out Twisty's dick. And I'm like, that's not why they would have.
No, dude, they loved it. They loved it. We were talking to him in the line for bevies after.
Twisty's dick.
Fucking crackerjack, dude. That dude is a fucking sick wrestler.
Yeah,
He
man.
was getting stapled in the dick and stuff. Dude, Knotfest 1 was the best Knotfest.
It
Easy.
was the best Knotfest. I missed the first Knotfest. We even had the Space Cowboy.
Yeah, dude. And like it got to a point where like Trivium's on. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, I'm heaps game to say Trivium. I'm like, but the wrestling's on.
Yeah.
I
Wrestling.
didn't watch any of the bands
You were just at the wrestling tent all day.
the whole time.
Yeah, my man. Drinking beers all day.
Yeah, I was drinking fucking vodka Red Bull slushies all day.
Oh man, yeah, I was living off those on the first Knotfest too.
I think that was the best thing too. I found out with when the Smashing Pumpkins come out like a couple of years back, they did the whole here's the bands, now the bands stop, now we've got the wrestling.
Yeah, I
It's
actually
like,
worked
oh,
that with Big Apache. I worked that show.
So you're getting two for the price of one, which was pretty awesome.
They didn't do that at the Big Apache shows you worked, did they, Josh?
No, Paul McCartney wasn't a big fan of the wrestling.
No.
I don't suppose he would be. No.
So were you at one of those, Josh? Because I worked the Paul McCartney show as well.
Yeah, the one in Newey, the big one.
Man, I probably worked a fair few jobs with you. So I actually worked with Big Apache and Down Under Crewing, and whenever there's shows to this day, I'm out there setting up Red Hot Summer all the time. Like I literally did ZZ Top and George Thorogood not long ago.
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't get to do too much of it though because I'm pretty sort of far away, and like Aaron was a bit would always like message me just before a day or two before, and I couldn't because of work or whatever.
Yeah, I feel
it's good work. It's good, interesting, and like being behind the scenes and seeing how it's all like the big shows are all done.
Can I tell you as a quick story of being behind the scenes? It's the funnest, maddest thing I ever got to do. What it was Alice Cooper.
Jesus.
They needed somebody to put the guy in. Oh my god, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah,
man.
Look at this guy. I have to drive him home every time.
What time is it? Oh man, you're tempting me. I have 2 6-packs of beer in the fridge.
Come on, man.
Should I have a beer?
Man, if it's
none of this
practice, I just kick it at the morning.
Dude, none of that was on camera, so I'm just drinking a nice Coke in my free stubby hole.
No,
that was all on camera.
That's what I was saying. It was all on camera, man. It was good.
It can be on camera. I'll go grab a beer in a minute, my man. I will have a beer with you. I don't have to go anywhere for the afternoon.
Let me just heat up my spoons. I was looking for something. I've got spoons there from playing the spoons in front of me.
Yeah, fucking Josh is out here playing the spoons.
Oh, he got his spoons up. Oh, that's sick. Oh,
Carl's lost it.
I was thinking that I was going somewhere else with that. Or heating up my spoons.
Yeah, no, it's like, man, we get a lot of we draw a lot of inspiration from like Nirvana. Joshy plays the spoons just like Kurt.
Kurt the whining cat. But yeah, sorry for Nirvana fans.
Full no holds barred interview with Fist. Okay. I knew it was gonna be wild. I told myself last night, I'm like, this is gonna be off the fucking hook.
Wait, fucking Kurt no brain, am I right?
Oh, pretty much. No brain, whining cat.
Oh no.
Sorry for any Nirvana fans, but Foo Fighters is better. Sorry.
Bit of a shotgun solo.
Oh my god.
I wasn't going to take it that far, but yeah, nice.
I didn't kill him. Fucking Courtney Love did. Take it up with her.
Nothing against. No, it's all good.
Well, there goes my bass player.
Yep.
Cancelled.
Yeah, he's gonna have down in his bathtub with a suicide note.
Some Nirvana fan's going to be coming for him, calling for him.
It's just
Courtney Love's handwriting.
Coming out. Courtney Love comes at you like the fucking Terminator.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Should we do more of the interview?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do more of the interview. We should. I got some good questions for you, actually, in store. So, let me go through my awesome questions.
While you're doing that, I might hit him up with one.
Yeah, well, how about while I am being a loser and trying to...
You're in good company, mate. Don't worry.
Hold on. We've lost the cam for a sec.
That's all right. I'll just hit him up with a question and you can put it over.
Yeah, all right.
So, any memorable bands you've played with or gigs that you've done in your short, like, sort of space of time that you've been a band in that?
Dude, yeah, we've done...
like, who have you opened for? Big names.
Yeah.
Hit us with some big names.
Dude, we played Monk and Pedal at the start of the year back in January up in Brizzy. So, like, Area 7, getting to play with them. That was really cool, man. That was really, really cool. We did the Porkers. It's been pretty much all ska bands for like the big
Oh,
bands, which is
The Porkers.
But yous have got a little bit of a ska flavour sometimes too, so it's a good fit.
yeah, and like there's not a lot of, I don't know, man, ska's making a comeback.
Well, yeah, they are. Yeah, no.
Why not? But yeah, man, look, there's been heaps of fucking cool shows. That Nada tour, we did a lot of dates, a lot of venues, and like we made some like best mates for life, you know, like local bands like Loose Surface, The Limited, Suede Effect, yeah, just like all of our boys, Deviants, Talkhouse, like all these guys.
Yeah, nice.
I actually
Carnival.
seen that you's open for DZ Death Rays at one point.
No, we didn't open for them. We just went to the same studio as them.
Oh,
so like
okay. So
that was
you've recorded
yeah.
where they have recorded. That's right. Actually,
Yeah, so
I did read that right.
Yeah. So like we got mates that have opened for them. We got mates that open for the Junior Rats, but they just don't call us back.
No.
Wow.
They will in due time, man. They will.
Well, yeah, if I keep sending the letter bombs, you know, eventually they got to respond.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, one thing I do want to ask you is about Fist, and even like you with Riot FM, Rohan, is like, how do you manage day jobs, life around all of that? Because even me, as Simmo Metal, I'm Simmo Metal of a day, I'm Jackal Crow of a night, and I am a father and a husband in between all of that as well. And then there's also the shows that I do with Big Apache and Down Under Crewing. So, how do you guys manage work-life balance?
By not eating,
Yeah,
not affording to pay any bill. No, I've always made sure to work around. Like I picked jobs specifically to work around the music because I work only nights at a little restaurant so that I can have the day to be recording and learning about all the mixing side of things so that we can eventually not have to do that. And the place that I've worked at for years has always been incredibly flexible in terms of like, hey, I need a Friday off next week. So I've never once had any issues with them. So it's been a great place to work and do the music stuff. But yeah, it's definitely living a little below our means. Struggle street at times, especially when we go on tour.
I got 3 kids and a wife here, and we're always struggling, but we always make it through too.
Wouldn't change it though. Wouldn't change it for the world.
Change it for the world.
No, like for me, I pretty much worked from when I was like 14 until like 2 years ago when I quit my job to like try do Fist for a little bit.
Yep.
And dude, there's no way that we would be going like as fast paced as we were if I had a job right now. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't hire me because I need a fucking job. I am so broke. I am on Centrelink. I am so broke. So broke. I invested in some fucking noodles, and that's gonna be my food for the next month.
Bro, living on ramen.
I hear ya. That's it.
We call it hand sandwiches because it's just a piece of ham in your hand.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's a hand sandwich. You just eating deli meats. Eating spam straight from the can.
Before you leave the store.
Yeah. You just kick it under the aisle.
So
love it.
With the future of you guys, is there an album on the horizon? Is that where you're headed with these recordings?
The album's dead.
Yeah. We're not doing that anymore. We've decided. We are working towards an album. We're doing like 1 single a month. So the album's gonna have 7 tracks. That'll drop in December. We're calling it Way of the Fist at the moment. Going for like a Bruce Lee vibe.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like it.
And yeah, so we're doing like 1 single every month. Like probably for the next 2 years is kind of what I'm looking at.
Wow, so you're building up those singles, build up that catalog, and then compile that into an album eventually.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's like,
you know what? Some of the big hitters do that now a lot. Papa Roach, that's how they release.
Yep, it's called Waterfall Releasing, and it's taking the world by storm.
Funnily enough, I'm sort of in a weird process of doing that myself with Jackal Crow.
I'm doing that on my own.
I did my first 2 EPs, and then all of the singles that are starting to come out now, they'll all probably compile on an album eventually for a final Jackal Crow release.
Yeah, like it seems like the way to do it with just how like the algorithm that controls our lives works.
Yep.
Like it rewards consistency, and like if you're doing an album anyway, like it makes sense. Like it really does. And like it gives like I want people who like Fist, idiots, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't like Fist. We suck. But those people, those weirdos, the creeps,
The fisters.
The knuckleheads.
The knuckleheads, I like that.
Like it gives them something to like, keep them going every month. Like, and that means that like we're like if you start listening to us, we got something for you coming out like all the time, which is huge.
I love that, and I'll be keeping my ears close to the ground for my new releases. Even the other day, I got there and I was just checking out, like doing a bit of research on you, and I'm like, "Oh, Hurricane, what is this?" And I press play, and as Simmo Metal, the metalhead, I was just like, "Yes, boys, more of that."
Yeah, well, it's very punk but thrash at the same time.
Yeah, it's got hardcore breakdowns too.
Yeah, I love it.
It's a good bit of fun, that one. It's very simple. Just 2 riffs. But it's all
pretty
it needs.
much, yeah.
Yeah,
all it needs.
it's and then like different melodies over them, so it doesn't sound like the same shit over and over and over and over.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just an excuse to really show off some screaming chops. That's about it.
Nice.
So, if you were to be asked, what are like the 3 or 4 main bands that create the Fist DNA? When I'm talking about here is influences. What influences and names would you throw at me?
Blink-182, originally that Tom, Mark and Travis show, the live album. That
was one we picked up on. So
yeah, that is very much a big inspiration for us, well, for me especially, but us with our banter and the way we run our live shows.
Yep.
I mean, there's Parkway, a lot of Metallica.
Yeah, like I wear I've only got 3 band tattoos, and like it pretty much sums us up. Like, the Sublime one, the Metallica, and like the Misfits, and like that's
wow,
a lot of us.
Hell yeah, and I do hear that Metallica tone in your guitar tone in the heavier songs. I do hear that tone there. You've scooped out those mids.
A little bit of a strung out one too.
Yeah, I even get strung out vibes too. Another band who does that well we talked to not long ago was No Quarter. You probably know those guys. They're fantastic, No Quarter is. But yeah, I even get those same sort of strung out vibes from you guys.
What we get like a lot is like 2 Aussie bands, and it's 28 days, like old school like new metal, and The Living End.
Right.
And like Regurgitator as well.
Yeah, and all right. So The Living End, and then the humor of Regurgitator, and then also a little bit of that 28 days rap metal in there as well. Fucking nailed it, dude. Nice. I love it. This is what we're talking about. So, in years' time, forget 28 days. It'll be all about Fist, man.
28 fists.
28 fists.
So many fists.
Here we go.
10,000 fists in the air.
There is no other band. Fist is the only band that exists.
Yeah, breaking news. Breaking news. Fist is the only band. You heard it here first.
And that's that's why I had to get Fist on the Simmo and Kyle show, because they are the only band in Newcastle, and I am. Well, I'm not the only metal podcast in Newcastle, but I'm definitely one of
close to being the only one.
Yeah, one of a few.
Yeah, Not many.
Yeah, it's like pretty much you and like me.
Yeah.
Oh, and hot and heavy show. Haley Hayes is moving down to Newey soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like collab time. Get the
Yeah.
boys.
Have you ever heard of Jai Mungie?
Yes.
He's a great guy. He does a lot of like gig vlogs at Varken and stuff like that. Goes all the way to Germany, does full gig vlogs, does a lot of reaction videos. Like President dropped a new song, a new video. He was straight onto that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's great. I did a little collab with Jai Mungie. He was actually my first Zoom call interview. And he was like, I'll teach you how to do it, bro.
Sick. What a ledge. What a fucking
what a ledge. So check out
He's
Jai
a cool
Mungie. The joke is his name's Jai and Jumanji, you know, like as in the board game.
Oh, don't worry, I got it.
Yeah, Jai Mungie, bro. Good old Jai Mungie. So
it's not quite as deep an innuendo as fist, but
yeah, definitely.
That's a deep innuendo.
Oh, there we go.
Deep in
Here we go
your
with
endo.
the fist jokes again.
It's a single entendre.
All right.
Nelly wants its own TV show.
This is the part where I am sick of water and I am going to go get a beer. So I'm going to leave you with Kyle for 2 seconds.
Oh, no.
I'm going to join you with a beer, man. I don't have to go anywhere this afternoon.
Yeah,
Let's all go for it.
Just not a lot of fish jokes, I suppose. Yeah. Okay.
We do love our fist jokes.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you got coming up, like, say, tour-wise? Like, sort of any new tours on the horizon and gigs on the horizon and stuff like that?
Yeah, so our next big one is we're playing at King Street with Atticus Chimps. That's going to be really, really fun. Those are cool dudes.
Yeah, nice.
And I don't have the list in front of me, but we're pretty much got so we're doing a single every month and like 1 or 2 like shows for those like little mini tours.
Yeah, nice.
For each single.
That's awesome.
I should probably start branding those as like the Way of the Fist tour.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good idea.
Here's the album and here's the tour.
Yeah, I mean it worked for the Nada tour, which was just a bunch of shows.
Well, yeah.
Definitely. On one poster.
Well,
it's not a tour.
It's not a tour.
But it is if you call it a tour.
Yeah, at some point I just realized that a tour is just a bunch of shows.
Well,
on the one poster.
Anything that's not just like one gig out of a month. So
yeah.
I hate it I hate it when I see bands say, "Oh, we're going on tour," and they're like 2 shows, and then they don't play for any other time.
Yeah, but like we did the cut tour for Kaboom. That was our January shows, and we did like Brisbane, Sydney, Newcastle, Canberra, and Woy Lincoln Pin. Yeah. So like that, like you could call that a tour, probably, kind of.
Yeah, you can call that a tour, but if you live in Newcastle and say, yeah, we're playing the Hemo, that's not a tour.
Hey man, it can be a tour if that's what your resume needs.
I love it.
It's that's the hometown stop, brother. I don't know what you mean. That's the tour. We actually
one gig.
We did one for so after the Nutter tour, we put out the live album, and I'm like, how do we market this? It's like, okay, so we've been on the road for like months. Yeah, we did the Nutter tour, we recorded this live album, and now we're coming back home and we're playing all Newcastle shows. It's a local tour.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so like it's all lies and deception. It's the music industry.
There you go.
That's all it is.
Definitely.
So, could you give us like a best or worst moment on the Nutter tour? Like, what was like one of the cons, but what was one of the pros?
Josh had a heart attack.
Was that on the Nota tour?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say, having been a bit. I had a heart attack because I was in a van with these guys for so many days.
Fuck off.
Yeah, no.
We did get the van broken into in Fortitude Valley, which
yeah.
Come on,
that makes a lot of
Fortitude
sense.
Valley. It's Fortitude Valley. Come on.
It's
Yeah.
what do you expect? Like the worst part of Brisbane with like awesome venues.
Yeah.
Like the Bright Side is sick. They actually really looked after us. So we had the van broken into like the night before the gig, and they only stole my wireless, pair of headphones, like my prescription glasses. Like
Yeah, right.
so
His pedal case, his like pedal board case had been opened and rummaged through, and I like to think that they saw all his bass pedals and was like, "Oh, fuck this shit! Look at this. Who wants these tones?"
Fucking bass. There's no guitar.
And like
Yeah,
and that actually like to me that obviously that's like a low point, getting like the van broken into, like windows broken, shit stolen, all that. But like we also put on probably one of the best shows of our lives, because like
nice.
we were pissed off. We were full of adrenaline because like we had to like call the cops and shit to like get the reports for the insurance. Like it was like the 2 hours before the show where like high energy, high energy, high energy straight on stage. And man, that was probably like one of the best shows. That was for the Fastlane Festival in the Fastlane Records.
Yeah, no.
So maybe like a good show results from an angry fist.
I think at times, but I think it was more. We surprisingly came together like really well. It's probably the best we've worked together, because as soon as we saw the van broken into, it was like, all right, one of us goes and deals with all the gear and the glass and gets all our gear back up to the hotel. One of us had to go up to the festival to talk to the promoters and let them know what was happening. The other one had to bloody go call the cops and talk to the hotel and shit like that. And we all instantly, as soon as we saw it, we just kicked into gear and like didn't fuck around. And it was surprisingly like wholesome, and there's a word I'm looking for, like very community, like
Yeah, like it brought you together, it unified you.
in a strange way, yeah.
Yeah.
And like what was funny is like during all of that, like we fully played to our strengths as well. Like, and we just knew instantly what everyone's job was.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yep. Gotcha. Cool.
Fist.
Yeah.
Fist for life. So I'd say after like best and worst moments, then like what is it like preparing for a fish show? Do you guys just like have a few beers and hang out beforehand, or
Just rack in the bathroom.
racking just like the front cover of the live album?
Dude. Rack metal. Surely rack metal is a thing.
It's
That's
gonna be now.
Yeah,
They'll be racking the lines. Here we go.
I have my own personal rider, which is like a large ice long black from Macca's and like a blue Powerade and 2 beers. But like I've gotten into this like habit. I play best when I'm hungover.
Yeah, okay. Really?
He works well if he's in a bad mood. Like if Rowan's having a bad day, that means things are going really well for him.
So
Like,
Rowan
every time.
works well under pressure.
Dude, I just need to be it's a lot of
Under pressure, yes, but more so just when he's in a bad mood and has something to be annoyed at.
Yeah, like it brings out the best in me because like I'm not like angry, but like I have something to rant about and it gets the blood pumping.
Yeah, right. So if we get you pissed off enough, that way we can get a good gig out of you. Sweet.
Shut up, fuck you. To the interview now.
I love it. That's it.
Other than those, it's mostly just like shitting on each other. We just pick on each other, joke, and talk shit for a good half an hour before the show, and then we're sweet.
Mad.
Sounds like bands, just bands in particular.
Anything
You know
but
what?
getting ready for the show.
There's even an album cover there on Spotify on Apple Music I've seen that was it was one of the acoustic songs, and it's just a little brown table and a billy in a bowl, mate. I love it. Truly Australian.
Yeah, it's like this, like the little woodbox drum kit that we used on that one. That one was really fun, man. We did all that in house, just as like, because we want to be doing one a month. So like, we're gonna be putting out like little acoustic tracks, shit like that, like just stuff that's like we can do in house, and it's just like a bit of fun.
Hell yeah. And like it's not like, oh, who can we get the most extravagant cover art off? It's just like, here's a snap of what we do. This is that. There's a snap of one of the band members' backyards. There you go.
We don't even smoke billies anymore. Like we have in the past, but
I can't say the same for me.
I've still got it there for when friends come around. That's why it's there. Like,
Yeah, you've moved totally onto joints now, Josh.
yeah. Joints are much keeps me more level headed. The bongs was a little too much for me back in the day, and I was like, nah, just a joint here and there. That's what I like. Because I don't drink. Rohan is permanently drunk.
With my can of Coke.
Yes, it's my can of lemonade.
Hmm.
Nice.
That's a very good lemonade. So, what else can we talk about more, Fist? I've got all of this stuff written out, but what I usually do is I just go like full, like having a mad chat with you. That's what we did with Frankenbach too. But I'm just trying to think of like other Fist things we can bring up. So, although you're from out Nelson's Bay, but would you literally call yourself a Newcastle band?
Yeah,
There's
like
no music scene really in the Bay at all.
There really isn't, is there?
There's not.
No.
Well, what's funny is it's like only since me and Josh stopped putting on shows in the Bay that there's been no music scene in the Bay.
Oh, that's so sad for the Bay. The Bay even misses Fist.
Dude, we did one on December 7 last year, which was like out at Soldiers Point at this like storage unit. And like we set up like all this outdoor stage and shit. Like we had like a good group. We had like maybe 80, 100 people there for the show. Like a couple of local bands. We had Loons on as well, because one of those boys lives in the Bay.
Oh yeah, I know Loon.
Yeah, and like we got rained out, and then it would get like super hot. Shut up, Josh. I broke my finger. We all know it. Like, look at the fucking angle on that bad boy.
Not what the doctor said. He didn't break his finger.
But it's a better story. But yeah, like I fucked my finger up like the night before at the Grub show, and I'm like walking around with like my fingers strapped up and shit the whole day, moving speakers. But yeah, there's fuck all in the Bay, and really like it's a satellite community of Newcastle anyway. Like if I lived in Branxton, I wouldn't say, oh, we're a fucking Branxton-based band. We're a Newey band.
Yeah,
like,
all of that.
Yeah.
Like even
like people aren't going, we're a Mayfield band, whereas like it's
I'm not literally saying I'm a Rutherford solo artist or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. I say that Jackal Crow is Newcastle Maitland based.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes sense.
Have I ever shown you guys my stuff?
I think I've checked it out before, yeah.
I'll share you the link tree later, but
yeah, dude.
I'd love it if you check it out. It's like a masked persona, sort of like what Maruthan does. But instead of being a band, it's just one man who creates a whole heap of unique music in his door and then puts on a mask as the persona to present the music as. So
does it still work as a persona if you keep telling people who you are?
Well, I've been doing deep dives on Jackal Crow on my channel, and the way I look at it is that Simmo Metal by day, Jackal Crow by night.
Yeah, no, I fuck with that. That's cool. That's cool.
Sort of like how Clark Kent has Superman and then Clark Kent.
Mild-mannered reporter.
Yeah, mild-mannered reporter of a day, and dark vigilante of a night. I've even got a comic book out now.
Really?
Yeah, there's a digital comic. So go to Instagram and just type in Jackal_Crow_comic. I'll share you the link later.
Yeah,
please do.
So what I did was I created a whole comic book with AI. And I don't even care that I've done it with AI because that is the cyberpunk aesthetic of Jackal Crow, using things far into the future with a cyberpunk aesthetic. AI, yes, let's use it. So in that aspect, what I did was I draw up all of these little panels and I'd sketch them out, and I might even release those panels as like a bonus on the Instagram page one day to show people that it does come from initial sketches. And I
would do that, yeah.
Yeah, I might do that eventually. And I take these sketches and then I put that into the AI, and the AI helps me like draw it up and color it in, and it's an online comic now.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, cool. So I release a page once every Monday. And there's constant pages coming. We're on issue 0 at the moment. And in about the next week or two, we should be up to issue 1.
Check it out.
Yeah. You heard it first here. But more about Fist. With you guys, where can I come and see some more shows real soon? Because me and Kyle, we want to come out and see you play. Have you got some like dates coming up like really soon or recently?
Yeah, so
any truck stop or BP Rowan's doing shows every night.
Yeah, so we keep all our gigs on fistnewcastle.com.
Yep. I followed that today.
That's us. So like that's our website, and we just have all of our gigs up there. And yeah, so we've got June 20, King Street with Atticus Chimps, gonna be sick. Then we're at Lincoln Pin on the 1st of August. Then in September, we're at the Vault with Vinyl Records doing Steel City versus Steel City with Loose Surface and the boys like that. So that's going to be like heaps fun. Going down to doing the little gong trip.
Power off.
The trip down to the gong, mate.
Power on. Loop line in.
My speaker shut off.
Okay. All good. But yeah, no, the trip down to the gong, mate, that'd be good fun.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Hell yeah. But when you are in town again, me and Kyle will try and come see one real soon.
Definitely.
Kyle definitely wants to check yous out live ASAP.
Definitely.
Fist.
Come get a fisting.
And that's what I was going to say. Am I going to see the glowing guitar again, Josh? Have you still got it all lit up?
Yeah, for sure. I've been recently, like, I didn't do the voltage for the LEDs that I used weren't the right ones, so they've burnt out a little bit. So it's not quite as flashy as it used to be, and I've got to touch that up.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll always have LEDs on my guitar.
You know what I think's going to happen in the future, bro? This is what I see for you. This is the Simmo Metal prophecy, right? Is eventually you will have your own signature fist model, and it will have all of the LEDs like professionally inlaid into the wood and everything perfectly for you.
Oh! The headstock is like shaped like a fist, and you turn the knuckles.
So I've got this one, which the battery's dead, but in all the inlay, in all of that, like behind the pickups and stuff, I've got all the LEDs, and in the like housing of the.
Bro, you're an artist. I love that.
It was good fun. But yeah, I'll always LED my guitars. I like to just collect random guitars and make absolute abominations.
When I was a teenager, the big thing used to be Limp Bizkit, and they had LEDs in their guitars. You had like Sam Rivers playing the bass with like
the fret inlays, hey.
Yeah, man. We all remember that shit. And that's the shit that makes you go, I want to have that shit, you know, right?
I did it as like when I was younger as a bit of a joke thing. Like I was like, oh yeah, fucking I've got LED lights. I was just putting them everywhere in my house, and I put some on the guitar and played a couple of shows with it, and found that like people, like especially drunk punters who are just there for one song. I had people coming up to me at other shows going, oh, I remember you're the guys with the light on the guitar. And it was like, people don't remember the songs. They don't remember the band name, but they remember if they had a good time, and they remember that light. So if they see that light again, they're like, so it's stuck. I had to keep it.
It's a good idea, man. I think that's great. And it'll connect with that memory they've got. And they're like, oh, mate, it's the light guitar band. I like that band. Yeah.
That's it.
Awesome.
The guys with dildos on stage.
I have. I've seen them sitting on the amps before.
I'm good to do mine.
All right.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm waiting for.
All right. So all you got to say is your name, your band, and that you're watching the Simmo and Kyle show on Simmo Metal.
You know that's not what I'm going to say, right?
I know that's not what you're going to say, because you're the man and you will say what you want to say.
I myself up a little bit.
I love
Silence, please. Can you smell what Simmo and Kyle are cooking? I'm Rohan from Fist. You're watching the Simmo and Kyle show on Simmo Metal.
Wow. My man, I love it. Drops mic, walks away.
Actually, I didn't drop the mic. It's a very expensive mic, but it's a very cheap camera.
Drops camera, walks away.
I love it.
I don't know if I can top that.
Yeah, go ahead, Josh. Follow it.
I'm Josh, and this is the Simmo and Kyle show. Fist.
Well done.
I know it's not upbeat enough, but I think Rohan took all the
Mate, I like the sticky eyes. It works.
I love the awkwardness there. That's so used.
Great short.
I love it.
And you try working with Rohan all your life.
I'll be right.
It's debilitating.
Mate, I've got to tell you, here's one just on the side. I goes to see Enforcer, and I'm at this metal night, and then Sanctuary is up there, and I'm like, is that?
Oh yeah. I filled in for Sang for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. And I was like, is that fucking Rowan? But I was like, I loved it so much, man, because you were headbanging for that whole gig, and you totally turned into a metal machine for that show.
Yeah, we used to do some metal back in the day.
He is an actor. And a good actor.
He's an actor.
That one unit of fucking theatre at uni's finally paying off.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Still don't know how to read, though.
So, we've done the Simmo and Kyle shows and the Simmo medals and that. Let's just shoot the shit while we've got a little bit of time left, if you boys are keen.
Yeah. Me and Josh only have like
I'm on Lemonade number 2, so I'm feeling bloody fine.
Hey, so how's this? So me and Joshy have got to do like this other interview that's like just us bouncing the questions back and forth. Do you want to conduct that? That's going on Distortion Nation or whatever it is.
Yeah, okay. So like as in just ask the questions.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to stick around for that long for that.
Yeah,
I have pre-written my questions if you'd like to read them as a statement for me.
No, we'll just do that. They're fine with the written one. We'll just do that. Let's just shoot the shit for a couple of minutes till Josh
let's
has
just
to go.
shoot the shit for a few minutes. But
Easy.
I've got to thank yous. So number 1 for me as Simon Elliott, Simmo Metal. I think it was about nearly 2 years ago, just the end of 2023, about August. I come and seen you guys, and I was at the time an aspiring. I wanted to be a sound guy on the desk, like what Keaton does. But that didn't necessarily end up being my path. What ended up happening was this whole Simmo Metal business, and now a year or two later. And it's my job to make sure that I keep this ball rolling for me and Kyle. And that, pardon me. Oh, too many lemonades.
It's our job. Not I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's mine and Kyle's job. Kyle books a lot of interviews for me as well, but it's mine and Kyle's job to keep this ball rolling. And then here we are. And I was talking to Kyle the other night, and I said, "What about Fist?" And he goes, "Let him know. Lock it in." So here I am now, and I remember I was talking to one of yous, and might have even been actually at that show, and you sort of said, "Where are you headed, Simmo?" And I said, "Oh, I want to be a sound guy." But I think you were talking to me about that actually. Yeah, and but I ended up on a different path now, man. I still do my own mixing at home for my own music. But yeah, I've ended up on this path now, and I'm having the time of my life. We just got to talk to Frankenbach the other week.
That's so awesome.
Yeah,
that's sick.
I tell you a few that we've got coming up, just to drop some names. I'm pretty proud of this. We've got Car coming on the show from Melbourne.
Nice.
stoner guys can't, like, totally. It's like someone took Tool and Class and put it together into a band.
Ezekiel from Metal.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got our sights set on Ezekiel from Metal. We'll probably be talking to Ezekiel soon.
That's a good get.
Yeah. Who else have we got? We've also locked in Judo Chop next week.
Yeah, shit, that'd be good.
Cool.
Have you guys heard of Judo Chop?
I think so, yeah.
So they're from Melbourne.
We're a fist, of course.
And they're about to go on tour with the Refused over Europe.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, that's huge. I fucking love I love Refused, eh?
Yeah,
I love it so much.
Have you
Like-
ever heard their music that was on Cyberpunk?
I was just about to say that. I was
Samurai.
literally just about to say that.
He was
Like, Hurricane, I reckon it owes a little bit to Refuse, like especially that new noise track. Like, 'cause me and
Yeah.
she used to play that back in the day.
Hell yeah, I'm going to keep that in mind. There's a bit of Refused lurking around there in Fist's music. I can hear it now.
Yeah, like, and dude, the shape of punk to come, like it's come, like, and all the shit they did for Samurai, like huge. Huge.
Those songs are absolutely amazing, and they actually capture the essence of the story that they're trying to tell in the game.
Dude, Refused fucks, they go hard.
Fuck yeah, they do. So, what would be some number one bands that you'd say?
Fist.
Fist.
Yes, that's right.
It's so close to first. We're always first. We just don't use the hard R.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
All right, on that one, I might actually. I'll leave on a high.
Yeah, jump off on that one.
We love
Thanks,
your work,
guys.
Josh. I love your guitars, and I can't wait to come and see you sing again soon, man.
Thank you. Maybe I'll learn how to sing for next time.
Dude, you can sing. I love Kaboom. It's awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. It's been a lot of
super
fun.
unique, bro. I love it. All your work.
Great chat.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Josh. Goodbye.
Great chatting with you.
Bye, honey.
See you, mate.
See you guys. Mwah.
Good shit. No, I was gonna be interviewing Memphis Mayfire this morning, but I
really?
slept through it. Yeah.
My friend, actually, I won't leave this in the video, but I fired off that email you mentioned to me.
Yeah, good.
Thanks for that, dude.
No, it's the same. It's the same shit. Like it's way tighter. It's got to be like 15 minutes, but like, you know, you're gonna love it, man. You're gonna love it. Like I got to respond for the Testament one because that's like Monday, I think.
One of my
And then I've
favorite
got-
bands in the world, bro.
Dude, hey. And then I've got Buck Cherry in a couple of weeks.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Fuck nice.
And I've only got one question for him, and it's like, do you still love the cocaine?
I love it. You love the cat.
Buckstock 99, brother.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've actually got one interview coming up that is maybe going to be the crowning achievement of my whole life. I don't know if you guys are all over like Instagram Reels and like the weird music side of that, like the cretins and the freaks.
Oh, not so much. I don't spend as much time on Insta.
Yeah, I don't.
There
even
is
have
this
it.
one dude by the name of Sean Stevens who has this song that goes like, "I am rectangular."
I know that song. Yes, I do. Yeah, isn't it like made
I've got a
by AI or something?
Yeah, so like I've got like 15, 20 minutes with him
Whoa.
coming up soon.
He's super viral at the moment, dude.
He's and honestly like I'm an OG Sean Stevens dude. I've been following him for like years.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like,
so you're
actually
a big fan.
years. Dude, huge fan. And I have some questions for him. I am so excited for that one, man. He's like, I like his old stuff.
I tell you what, down the track with Riot, would there be a chance I could put the mask on and come play the persona? And you could
Yeah,
play
I'm
some
sweet with
Jack
that.
Crow?
We'll figure something out. Yeah, for sure.
Man. So with it, there's like a whole thing where my voice goes down about 4 octaves. and I had
Yeah.
become this whole other character. I cut wrestling promos with it on Instagram Reels and stuff. I literally wear the mask and tell you, check out my new single now.
Sick.
So we'll do something with that eventually, man. I'd love to bring that character to life on your show.
Yeah, no, we'll do something with that. We'll brainstorm, we'll figure it out.
Me and you. We'll do it proper. So it's a thing where we don't make Jackal Crow look like a fool. We make it look like it is a character and it is a fun thing to get into.
Are you tight with like the Newcastle wrestling boys?
Well, back in the day with Hunter HVW, which is more the Maitland Wrestling boys.
Yeah.
But they also do have links to Newcastle Pro Wrestling, Newey Pro.
Yeah.
Adam used to have a thing.
Yeah, Adam Belcher. I'm connected with him through all of it, and his brother Grant used to run Hunter Valley Wrestling, HVW.
Yeah.
And I used to set up rings for him back in the day. So yeah, definitely, I'd look into getting some of those guys on in the future.
Yeah, like what I would be thinking like is you know like the backstage ones they do on like the WWE.
Yeah. Like
Do that,
backstage,
but like you're getting interviewed like you're a wrestler.
Yeah, man, I get ya. Yeah, hell yeah, we can cut it like a promo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, mad. All right, we'll brainstorm that heaps more in the future. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll share you the Jackal Crow stuff later and jump down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, shoot me the Jackal Crow stuff. I'm down.
Yeah. And there's a whole heap of stuff. There's an Insta. There's the Facebook. There's the comic book. There's all the music is online now. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all of them. There's a Bandcamp. I've worked pretty hard on it over the last 7 years, actually.
Yeah, no, fuck yeah.
Yeah, instead of doing a band, I just sat there in a door and jammed with myself. I'd like lay down some MIDI drums, and then I'd lay down a riff, and then I'd lay down a bass line, and then I'd death roar over that. And before I knew it, I had a song.
Yeah, fucking oath, dude. That's sick.
Yeah. But yeah, I love what you're doing with Riot, bro. That's fucking sick too, man. And so that's a few more of us on the scene. I feel like I'm starting to build an army of buddies in the scene now.
Yeah, like, and it happens like pretty quick. Like, there's honestly like, and I don't want to sound like knocking the format, because like this is like what I do is like it's a good format. It's just we do the interview and I cut it up for like reels. And like full one goes on YouTube and everything else is like Insta, like under 90 seconds, right?
Yep.
But the turnaround on that is way like it's just easier to make than when I was doing my hour-long review show.
Like what I'm doing here, this is like an hour-long thing. These take about a week to edit. I feel you.
Exactly. Yeah. So like my turnaround on an interview is like I can conduct and edit and post the interview in about 2 hours is my best time.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay.
Which is way better than on Riot, I used to do like a weekly show for like 6 years. And we would, because I was like working and I was at uni and like everything, talking about that balance. So I would find like a week where I could record like a year's worth of shows. So the format was like,
wow.
So it was an hour-long program with 20-minute sections, and we reviewed 2 songs each, and I'd have a panel with myself and 2 guests. And we would do like pretty much 9 till 9 days for like a week. And it would take like maybe 2 hours to record like an episode. And then like I would go through and like I'd do all the editing myself and like get it really, really tight. And that would be the thing that goes up. But the downside is because I'm recording like 5 shows a day.
Yeah.
I would have it started off with 1 beer per show. And then by the end, it was 3 beers per 20-minute segment.
Ah, okay. I'm starting to see where you're going.
do it. So like I'm exaggerating a bit, but yeah, like by the end of like the run, because we just kept like trying to make the recording more and more and more efficient, and I'm trying to get these like guests relaxed, comfortable, like ready to open up, and that takes like half an hour,
Yeah.
right? Alcohol makes it take like 20 minutes, so you're cutting 10 minutes.
Ah, yeah.
And so like by the end of it, I was having like 14 beers over the course of the day.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you want to go to the pub?
Absolutely trash.
Yeah, and then you go and
Yeah.
have some more.
And like, but it got us some really fun stuff where like, I don't know if you know Ruffians in Newcastle, used to be known as the Pits.
Yep, yep.
So like I had their which one was it? It was Matthew. He'd like just come from like a Bucks night and he's like throwing up in the front lawn. Like while I'm in the studio with like, you know, the guests from the show before them.
Yep.
And like sub them out. He's like, yeah, it was a good song. We're really good. And like I am at the end of the day, I've had a couple of beers. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So some of the professionalism starts to go out the window at the end of the day too.
Well, what's funny is like I've listened back and like you can tell like the 5 episode like run that we've done through the day. So it's like starts off like really, really tight, and like by the end it was still really tight, but like you could like if I didn't hear it in that context, like back to back to back, it's like you can tell like us starting to slur our words just a little bit by like the end of the full day. Because we've been doing it for so long that like we like got into a really good zone with it. And like we weren't like getting drunk, we were just drinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, now I've got an alcohol disorder. No, I'm joking. But
Bro, I feel ya. I will say I turned to Kyle earlier. I drank that last beer a bit too quick.
yeah,
Last lemonade. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm on the second one. Look how red my faces went.
that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I only did the vodka because I thought it was like a funny bit. Like
It is
I'm
a funny
not-
bit. I think I'll be leaving
Yeah.
that in. Mate, I'm not monetized at the moment, so I really don't give a fuck what goes up at the moment.
yeah, but also like it's part of like so like vaping and smoking you get shadow banned for.
Oh,
So like
really?
yeah, so they'll it's not like a full shadow ban, but like they'll knock that content way down. They won't push it on the algo.
Ah,
And I've tested this specifically, like because we have like the same photo, one where we've all got like darts in our mouths and one where we don't.
yeah.
And like it's night and day.
Oh, really? Wow. That's nuts. And then there's all of this new shit coming into Australia at the moment with the cigarettes. It's getting worse. Again, they're getting rid of menthols. Brands are going to disappear. They're not
I
allowed
have
king
5
size
shops
smoke
next
things.
door to my house that sell cigarettes for $10 a pack. I think they're gonna be
actually, that's
fine.
right. All the import ones.
I think it's gonna be okay.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. All right, dude. Thanks so much for having me, dude. It's been
Thanks heaps for today, man. And you know what? I
Been
want to
awesome.
come and do a gig vlog with you soon. So when you're playing soon, I'll come out.
Yeah.
I'll do a Simmo Metal night. And if you check out the Simmo Metal channel, you'll see that I don't just do the interviews. Me and Kyle also do a bit of metal news, and I also do
Dude.
gig vlogs.
I just had the best fucking idea I've ever had.
Hit
I'm
it.
gonna get another.
Yeah,
No,
Hit it.
No,
Let's
so-
go.
so we've got our boy beer buddy Kyle down in Sydney. Don't know if you know him.
Oh,
So
don't
he
know.
does Two Dudes Talking Music,
Oh,
That's
yeah,
their
I know two dudes talking music.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
right? So you got Two Dudes Talking Music. You got you guys. We've got Hot and Heavy, who's just starting to kick off, and we've got like me, and like there's probably a couple others that I'm not thinking
Yeah,
of.
maybe like Nathan Johnny.
Yeah.
Breakdown with Nathan Johnny. They're great.
Yep. So Joe Rogan style podcast network sort of thing.
Yeah.
Start going on each other's shows more.
Oh yeah. I see
Get
what you're
those
talking
algorithm.
about here. Yep. And then I'm also linked in with another guy. Like I said,
that
Joe
would be
Mungie.
sick.
So we could get him in the circle too.
Perfect. So yeah, like we get a bunch of us and like jump on each other's shows.
Yeah,
I'll even
and
talk
that-
to Guy Mungie about this too.
that would be sick.
Yeah, because the way that like that stuff works, so I don't need to like on the Riot stuff tag Fist because it actually recognizes your face and voice. It knows who you are.
Yeah,
right?
okay. See, even my Jackal Crow stuff, it probably knows Simmo Metal is
It
Jackal
does
Crow.
because you're
talk about
posting it off the same phone.
Yeah.
It knows that,
Yeah.
which is why like if you like, and this is one thing that I had to like figure out and then get it through to the band. It's like if you so like let's say I'm posting off the Fist account and then I go onto my personal account and share it, it knows and it doesn't like that because you're like artificially inflating your likes, inflating your comments, inflating your shares.
So for example, I share a short of Jackal Crow saying new single out now, but then I go to Simmo, like Simon Elliott's Facebook profile and share that on my story. It doesn't like that.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't like that.
Yeah, okay.
Because it already knows that you're the same guy.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man, you're the same guy sharing this thing in 3 different places.
Yeah, like I'm happy to keep all of this in the recording because like this is the real shit that like bands especially should know.
Yeah.
So like when
That's good.
I'm doing like the interviews with like let's say Testament or OK Go or we had Let Live. That was the first one.
Yep.
So like part of my goal as like Fist is I want to tie Fist to the bands, the venue, the PR company, and the touring company.
Yeah.
Right?
As you would.
But I'm not tagging Fist because it already knows it's me. It can tell because it's the same backdrop, it's the same guy, it's all of this. It's coming off the same phone.
Yeah.
But in the deep algorithm, like this is why like you probably got like the Riot FM stuff come across your feed pretty naturally.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Because you follow Fist or you're like friends with me on Facebook or whatever.
And yeah, and it probably knows I've been talking to you too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then it puts that in front of you, so on and so on and so on.
Yeah.
So like it actually works better if you don't do those tags because then it goes like, okay, it's like a little bit of like, oh, he's trying a little bit too hard. And like artificially like because when you like your own shit, you are artificially inflating the stats.
Yeah, I've never pressed like on any of my own shit ever.
No, neither have I.
Yeah.
I've never liked any of your shit.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, especially when it's shit.
No, but like that, but that's like a thing that people should keep in mind. I'm not like a guru, but like it is part of how that shit works.
Yeah. So, even Kyle, he's listening in very intently on this because he's part of the management team of the Simmo and Kyle show. He's even setting up big interviews for me from bands from Melbourne, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, so all of this is like very relevant to anybody who's working in like a social media space. Like I find it really interesting because I'm a massive fucking dork. And like
that's all good.
I gotta watch what I say as well because like my fucking kayfabe, like it all comes down to wrestling at the end of the day. It's like my character that I play in the band is like drunk and loose and like all this sort of thing, which I am. I do that shit, but also like it's not as it kind of breaks the illusion a bit if I'm like, well, and here's how you do X, Y, and Z, and you post your trial reels and A/B test and all this sort of like shit. It's not my guy. It's not my character.
Yeah. No, it is not your character. And when you were telling me how to set up my Zoom Pro, I'm like, fuck, this guy's more fucking pro than I thought he was. And
which is like important.
Your character had come across to me as the loose guy. So I'm not really expecting you to be giving me awesome Zoom advice. And when you are, Then I start getting your feeds, right? Now I'm getting your reels, and now it's starting to go to me. Oi, Simmo Metal, guess what? Rohan is God tier. And I'm looking at your stuff and I'm like, fuck, this is God tier shit. But you're still like, mate, this is nothing.
Dude, all of this is an excuse not to have a real job.
That's, mate, I've been telling my wife, I said, I'm going to set this thing up. This is what we're doing. We're doing Simmo Metal forever. We're doing Jackal Crow forever. We're going to make this content and we're going to push the hell out of it. This is what we're doing. And I'm going to make a living off this eventually. She goes, I'll see you in 7 years. But if it takes me 7 years, I don't care. I'm going to do it.
100%, dude. 100%.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So I've got like this, this Clark Kent and or Bruce Wayne and Batman thing going on. Like by a day, I'm this this podcasting, gig vlogging Simmo Metal, but of a night I put this mask on and I make this ultimate metal in my door.
I've got a question for you. So Superman goes into the phone booth and takes off his suit. He's got the Superman suit underneath. That's fine. Where does he put his clothes? And then does he come back and get them after he saves the world, or does he go out?
Have the power to dematerialize them, or
he
something?
swaps them.
Does he have like garbage bags stuffed all around the shop, like fresh suits?
He swaps them.
He swaps them.
Yep. Puts the clothes on underneath. Puts the clothes on underneath. Puts his suit on the top.
But like then he takes the suit off and he folds it up and like puts it in like a pile of hobo piss in the
in the phone booth.
In the phone booth.
Hey, whatever takes his fancy, I suppose.
He loves it. Yeah. Clark Kent, certified piss freak.
See, we're even going to expand this one day to be talking about comic books and video games and stuff too. We want to get a little bit of that going on here too. Me and Kyle have been talking about it.
Dude, so this is exactly what I'm talking about with like being real specific about separating your shit.
Yeah.
So like different shows, different accounts.
Yeah, so if we're going to, me and Kyle are going to change from metal and talk about comics, then we need to have a different show.
Dude, I would. It's the same with like it's the same with bands in like, you know, the year of our Lord 2025, right? Our stuff is possible, like as Fist is maybe a little bit too eclectic for Spotify, because like if we were just a metal band or just a punk band or whatever, the algorithm knows what to do with us because it knows who likes that. If you try to do a little bit of everything, then like the algo has no idea who to push your stuff to.
Yeah. No, I've seen that too, because with Jackal Crow, I do metal, but it's also I do dubstep remixes of my own metal, and then I also do a hip-hop song that has a hip-hop beat that I built myself. And so when I was doing just the industrial metal, it knew to put me with like Brand of Sacrifice and stuff. But as soon as I did a hip-hop and a dubstep thing, it started putting me with Frank Ocean and stuff. And I'm like, I'm nothing like that. But it didn't know what to do with me.
But also,
and like
put you with horror stuff as well, because it gives off that horror vibe as well.
Yeah, but it is lost at the moment. It doesn't know what to do with my stuff.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things. You know, me and the boys talk all the time. It's like, when do you just start a new band? Like I've said this forever. Rage Against the Machine fucking had it in the bag. They did their shit, then they killed the band at their peak, and then all did something else.
Audio slave.
Like, that makes a lot more sense than doing fucking load and reload.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Even Motley Crue with their self-titled album, at that point you should have changed the band's name when Karabi joined. You should have done something else.
Like, dude, Load and Reload should have been like a Hetfield solo project, and it probably would have done really well.
Yeah, but being presented as Metallica, that's where it got copped all the flack.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like, and like granted they were coming off the back of like their big breakthrough, so like that's different. But like you see it all the time where like bands get to like, it's like the Community joke. It's like 6 seasons in a movie. It's like 4 albums in a movie. You know, that's like, that is a rule of thumb where like after a certain point you've developed so much as like an artist, as a musician. Like your sound is going to be different naturally 12 years later. at what point do you go, this is so different that it should be a new thing?
Yeah.
And that's like the Let Live thing. It's like Let Live went for ages and they split up, went on like a long hiatus, and Jason did Fever 333, which is like very different, but like he could have just as easily, as the only constant member of like Let Live, gone like, well, it's still Let Live.
Yeah, yeah. And then like even a new band just come out of Fever, which was what is it called?
It's like Whiplash or something.
Oh, the two guys who play in the big dome in India. House of Protection.
Yeah.
House of Protection. They're also another thing that came out of Fever 333, I believe.
Yeah, so like it's one of those things where like you wouldn't put Night Flight Orchestra and Soilworks as like the same band. They're totally different. Yeah, I was talking to Bjorn the other day about it.
Yeah.
Like you gotta find the point where like this is so different that we gotta split it, because people have, and especially the algorithm has, expectations.
Yeah. So if we go doing too many things in the one podcast show or the one channel, it could confuse the algorithm.
And it wouldn't know where to market it.
We want to talk about comic books. We start a separate channel for that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I would. And like
right,
part of like the branding would be I'd keep a lot of the stuff the same. So like you've got the Simmo Metal show, and then it would be like the Simmo comic show, etc.
Yeah, yep. Simmo and Kyle comic show, Simmo and Kyle metal show, Simmo and Kyle video game show. You know, like
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like the video games, the perfect one, and we're running out of time, is like film theory and game theory.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
definitely.
And they've also got food theory, and they got all the different theories because they break them up into separate channels. I love it.
Exactly.
I feel
that's the concept. That's the concept.
All right, but we can still link it together with Simmo and Kyle's personality. Yeah. All right.
And like you set up your website so that like it's like tabbed out, like you've got the different shows, but it's all like everything's connected. You got like landing pages, stuff like that. So like the algo knows that it's connected, but it's not so connected that it's like overriding each other and fucking up where each like piece of content's going. Which is why I don't put all the Riot stuff on Fist.
Yeah, okay. Yep, I feel you. All right, cool. So we're running out of time now, bro, but I'm just going to thank you heaps for your awesome advice. I'll let Kyle do a quick sign-off.
Been great, dude. Nice meeting you. Hopefully come to a show very, very soon with, obviously. And just to have a chat, catch up, and get drunk.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking oath, I'll see you there.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, definitely many beers to be had in the future, man. And I'll tell you what, you have now got a young Padawan. And this Padawan will be asking you many questions over the next few months. So thanks for being a bit of a Zoom and a YouTube Yoda for me, man.
Anytime, brother, anytime. I'll leave you with this. Fist, 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 fist.